Today a big video of some of the highlights of the war in Season 2. I'm part of the Purple Dragons together with Grey Dragons. We are from server 389 and these are a few of our officers and leaders. We are up against 4 other alliances: LL, GRZ, PNG and Rose. LL and Rose are from one server and GRZ and PNG are from also one server. Our allies are JPLS and FT90. We start off with the Gate 5 fight. Let's get into it. On the other side, LL is also doing their gate fight. They almost got it. Let's have a look at it. I'm there, standing, greeting them. I tend to always go into nodes. Why? Because if I go outside of a node I get a buff for damage and speed. This is just very beneficial. But when you get attacked like now, let's see what they do and what I do. Now the race of building starts. We are already building. We have already a couple of towers up. And we are basically building like a pyramid to each other, to LL. Because they are the biggest competition that we have in this season. And there we go. Well, I'm spanking him good. He's retreating, so I'm retreating also, because I also get spanked now by 22 people. That's a lot. Yeah, they really want me dead. So I'm just going up to where the rest of my party is. You can see there's already joining a couple with me. So within the video, from time to time, I'm just gonna pop in, give some explanations on what we're gonna do, because this fight is over, I believe, 3 or 4 days, something like that. So there's a lot of content within it. I've narrowed it down a lot, but it's still like almost 2 hours. So we have a lot to cover. I'm probably gonna lose pretty soon now. But like I said in the beginning, this is all just having fun and greeting each other. And now I go home. As you can see, they start building now. A mass. A lot of people. This is the first junction that we have. It's on the bridge, big fight. It's pretty important that they don't go over this bridge, because they're like now, I believe 2 towers in, 2 or 3 towers. We've built a lot more than that, but they marching up pretty fast, LL, and we want to just delay it so we can build more. Again, our fort up. So we establish ourselves within this zone. This is the zone 5. I'm gonna let you enjoy this fight for a moment. I'll be back then. Here we are on a different take. They eventually got over the bridge. Now we're just pot shooting them a little bit. A little above this is where we are, and we are, I believe, one tower away from each other. So the bridge is now lower, we are up. And I'm just doing my thing, trolling and trolling. That's all I do. I'm a cat player. I love trolling. Going in and out fights, disrupting them, and having a good old time. It's always a cat and mouse. I'm alone, and they are with many. Trying to spook me with some scouts, see if I bait in it, but yeah, well, if it's an eye, it's a scout, so I don't bother with that. This is an attack. That's when I tend to do some actions, get into the fight or go out of the fight. Depends on how it goes. Rose is also in the fight now, as you can see. They are together, LL and Rose. They're from the same server, like I spoke of in the earlier of the video. These are tanks. I don't prefer tanks, but I want to stop them a little bit. We got a little marker here. We want to put the fort there, like I've talked about a couple of minutes back. That over the bridge was very important for us to delay them so we could put up the fort. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that too much, but it will probably work. We'll see in the video later on. Little skirmish here, coming in. I'm going around. I want to flank the archers and their cavalry. Shoki and me going in it. It's never a one-on-one with me. I tend to always drag a couple of more people in it, so like now it's 3 against 1. I'm not gonna win that. And even more join in. They're like, 3 kills, 5. At this point, I can't run away. They slowed me, so might as well just get my numbers, get my merits. Oh, if you don't know, in this game, if you've never seen this game, there's a currency called merits. You get them when you destroy other units in the game, and you can buy elixirs with them, for instance. Elixirs is the healing potions in this game. You need them to revive your units again. I'm never gonna show it how we're gonna do this. If you want a video on how these mechanics work and everything, hit me up in the chats, and I might make in the future some videos about how to merit farm, how to create merits, how to get these potions, what to do with them, what's good to do with them on certain occasions. So sometimes you only want to use them in PvP, sometimes you want to use them in PvE. Depends on situations of where you are within the seasons. Again, this is season 2, and let's see how it goes now. These are my mages. I'm not a big mage guy. They're decent, but not too great. I tend to use my cavalry more, and you will see this more and more in the video. The longer it goes, you'll see me use cavalry a lot. Look at that. We just put down the fort, as you can see, on the left side. Big battle now, because they definitely don't want us to get that fort in. Why not? Forts take a long time to destroy. Towers is much faster. You can do a tower in like an hour, something like that. The fort is hours. So yeah, they do not want our fort there. As you can see, all the calves in the upper right, couple of archers. This is what calves do, they always try to flank and go in that way. The tanks and mages and archers behind always go in a frontal exchange, like now. Most of the time those are tanks and mages. As you can see, a couple of archers in there. The thing with mages is they have the biggest range. Archers have a little lower range, so therefore mages will tend to win. Mages are good against tanks, so you want to put them on the infantries to kill them fast, but infantry heal a lot, especially T5 players. You got ranks within the units. You got like T1, so tier 1 is called, all the way up to tier 5 to T5. Those are the strongest units, and they give a lot of headaches to players that have like T4, T3. Because it's a big difference in damage and healing and defense. It looks like we are pushing them back a little bit right now. Keep in mind they have that green border, that's them. That's LL. We are the grayish border. There's a reason why it's gray, by the way. We are blue, but the connection of the roads make it blue, and our connection of the roads isn't really correct right now. That's why it's gray. We're missing a couple of buffs, but we're still fighting, so that's good. Let's see, my cavalry is back again, and I'm just searching, looking, what can I do, who can I attack, what can I disrupt, if it's even possible to disrupt some stuff. You see them building, we are building. It's a big build chaos right now. This is about, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6, 7 towers into the zone. Above this is a big hill, and above that is the dragon. The dragon is the main goal of this season. It's the ice dragon. In season 1 it was a fire dragon. Now it's an ice dragon. Oh, we got a little skirmish going. Let's see how it goes. I'm destroying it. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Yeah, just flee, man. I don't want to clap. And now it's 2 on 1. It's not good for him. He's gone. And I go back. Like I said in a couple of minutes ago, I always go back to the nodes because it gives me a buff for defense, speed, damage. It's a talent thing. It's how I build up my heroes. So if I go out of the node, I get these buffs, and I boom, go right into it. And if I get into range, I will speed up. Also like to draw enemies out, entice them, because most of the time I'm faster, and if they keep following me, my other players, they can engage with them and we can kill them faster. So let's talk about the units a little bit while this fight is going on. I talked about cavalry, I've talked about infantry a little bit, archers, mages. So those are the 4 types that we have, but we also have a special unit. Sometimes you will see them on battlefield. They can fly, they're the flying units. Every faction, you got 3 factions. You got the Spring Wardens, you got the Wildeburgs, and you got the Order. All 3 of them have different specialties within this special units. Like Spring Wardens are cavalry flying. I'm Wildeburg. That means I have flying archers, and the Order has flying mages. The flying units can go over water, over mountains. They don't care about all that stuff because they're flying, so they can go somewhere in a straight line. And they can be fast about that. Really fun unit to play with, but costs a lot to get it going. Let's see, oh, somebody's coming in. See them popping in now. They've built up the tower. So now they just move in with their cities. See them going up, popping off. Pop, 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 pop. Going all in. And now they're trying to push us. They put a bird in right now from the rock. It's a behemoth. You got behemoths in this game. You need to fight them with a big group. And if you win them, they come onto your squad and you can use them in battles like this. The big round red circle is their area of the Van der Rock. Without it, you're safe. Out of that zone, you're safe. Within that zone, you're not safe. I believe this is a level 1 summon, so it's not an elite level 2 summon. Elite summons are much stronger. Oh, I'm getting into a little 5-1-1 of course. I never have a 1-on-1, never. But try it, it's an isolated event, but most of the times they see me attack and they straight on go into me. I don't know why, I'm definitely not the strongest person in our alliance or even on the battlefield, but they tend to do that. I just don't like cavalry. Saku, one of the big fighters. I believe he's a big infantry guy. T5 player. And you can see what those guys can do. You see a lot of our troops die. Not just because of the rock, but also because of those T5 players. They wreak havoc. My flyers out right now. We just talked about it. These are my archer flying units. They're not that strong because I use purple heroes instead of legendary heroes. Legendary heroes are the gold heroes. They're much stronger. This is Crag. Crag is an awesome unit to use, or a hero I should say to use. He's got some nice capable skills, but it's not the best, and I'm also not maxed out. 255k units is my max. I can have at this stage, I believe I can have around 160k, I believe in him. Later on in the days I pump him up to about 230k, but that's much later in the fights. So I tend to not use them a lot. Later on I do. But again, I just want him off my guys. So I engage these type of players. Even if I lose, I don't care. I'll just heal them up again and go back right into it. Because he's much stronger. You can really see he's well adapted into it, and he's using legendaries, and I just use purple hero. So I got beat up there. This is a little further into the fights. They are attacking our... Is it our? No. They put up their fort, LL. LL put their fort up. We don't want that, of course. So we're trying to beat them and get that fort away off the field. We don't want it there. But it's a big exchange. Let's see how this works out. Of course I'm on my cavalry and I'm getting smoked again. 7 players on me. But it's all just to get them off our guys, so our mages and infantry can go in and destroy them basically. That's what I do. I always go around, try to counter them, and if I can get here, there, an isolated event, I will. Ains Gold G, you see them on the left, that's also T5 player of LL. Saku, you see him engaging with his infantry. Big T5 player, he gives a lot of headaches to us. Strong players, strong players. They have a couple of other players that are really strong. I don't see them right now. If I see them, I will give them their dues, because they're a bunch of good guys, fun to play with. Because again, this is just a game, guys. We don't hate these people, but we do want to win. We put in a frost giants. Why? Because they were destroying our fort, and we need it there, we need it up. Even the location isn't really that great. It's not a big advantage that we have the fort there, but like I said earlier, We want the fort there because it gives us time to build, time to establish and fight them, because they are a strong alliance. Don't get me wrong, we are very strong also, but we are not just fighting LL, we are also fighting GRZ, PNG and LL and Rose. 4 alliances, and our allies are not in the zone yet. JPLS is doing fine. They did get their 2 gates, so they are in it, but they have a lot of fighting with GRZ. I believe later on I will show them a little bit on what they do, but mainly I focus on Purple Dragons, of course, because I'm a player of Purple Dragons and Grey Dragons. We are the dragon family. So you can see they're building their fort up, and we just trying to maintain ours. Also, it's not built yet. It's at 35%, but it's not done. You can see it in the border. If the border is checkered and not smooth, it's building. So these first couple of days are just fighting. It's all we do is fight. So I got my mages and my cavalry. I'm fighting with my cavalry. This time, there you go. I got 5 on me again. The moment I destroy one, they're like, whoop! I gotta get those cavalry out. But the thing with cavalry is, we're strong. We can do a lot of damage really fast, but we also squishy. So when archers and mages and stuff get on us, we tend to evaporate basically, unless you're team 5 of course, because team 5 is special. But because of the damage that we can do to all the other units, they tend to focus us fast. We do the same of course. If we see them getting into our lanes with cavalry, we want to wipe them out fast. You got Yeats over here. Yeats is a very strong player. He's a T4 player. I thought for a long time he was a T5 player because of his power. He's like 40 million. But he's a T4 player, but he does know what to do. He's an older player. And he's a very good player. He gives us a lot of grief. He's very good on the other hand. As you can see, they're pushing us a little bit. So we make another jump. We got a Behemoth on the field. That's the always, if you see a red circle, it's a Behemoth. I don't know which one this is. It's a Frost Giant, and it's an LL Frost Giant. So we cannot really go into that area right now because there's no valuable way of fighting them and the Frost Giants and destroy their fort, because they put that giant on their fort. And we just summoned ours. It's a bear, because we want them off our fort. It's all about the fort right now. This is basically this was a battle of, I think, of 24 hours, or just the forts. They're trying to get theirs on, and we trying to get ours on. A couple of minutes ago you saw me around 20 million. I'm back up to 21 million, but man, my resources are tanking hard right now. Because cavalry is fun, but expensive for you, because you die a lot. So yeah, I'm fighting a tank right now. It's not the best exchange, but I need to. Because they're mage killers. Okay, so their giant is gone right now, so we can push them out of that area and get onto their fort and destroy it. That's the main objectives we have. Establish ours, destroy theirs. That's what we want. running around with my cavalry, of course. And I'm engaging into their builder, so we don't want that. Main thing with builders is most of the time infantry, and I'm not good at infantry, I'm good at archers. So yeah, and of course I get a couple of people on me, so I need to go. Need to re-establish my line. So I'm walking all the way to the other line, so they just don't focus on me. Take my time, get them off me, and see if I can engage on a different side. I see on the right side lower, I see like the King of Wolf, I believe. Those are archers. And there I go. Boom. I'm going into mages. They're killing our mages. I don't want that. Kill them off. There he goes. King of Wolf. Bye bye. Another one. Bye bye. And another one. Bye bye. So I killed 3. Not alone, of course. I got my guys on my back with the mages, but it almost killed my units. So this is a little jump again, and we got another Behemoth on the field. It's an LL Behemoth, I believe, because it's a red border. Let's see, can we see what they summoned? And they are destroying our fort right now. So we want them off. Kicking some ass. You see a lot of guys dying there of LL. But they are building. We are not on theirs. It takes a day and 11 hours. Almost 12 hours to build it right now because they don't have builders on it. But they are destroying ours, as you can see. We don't want that. We want them off. Yeah, you can see me put some more of my units in. I tend to skip all that, just put in the fights, you know, but well, occasionally maybe you're gonna see how I implement my units. And like I said, I'm a cav player, so cavalry is what I use mainly. Now I'm going in, I want them off our building, but I also don't want to engage with a lot of infantry, because those guys kill me fast. I'm just looking in if I can do something. I'm going into archers right now. I'm favored on archers. I tend to blow them away, like I just did. With of course some help. I intend to engage never alone. Always with a couple. Boom, there we go. Another one done. And I go back in. Every time you see me doing this, going into that node, like I spoke about it a couple of times, it gives me buffs. That's why I do it. And I don't want to be just in the field that people can see me. They need to click on the node to see who's in there and if they are a threat or if they are someone they can destroy. We got our bear out and they got their frost giant out. If I saw that correctly. You can't keep summoning behemoths, by the way. There's a cooldown on them. But you got many types of behemoths. You got like, well, we've saw now the bear, the rock, and the giants. You also got a magma, you got dragons, you got a whole array of assortments of types of behemoths. You got necro behemoths. But you first need to unlock them, and they unlock in stages. The bear is a level 1 behemoth, so you get them faster. And I believe then comes the frost giant. It's a second level. Then the rock is 3rd level. And then I believe necro is level 4. Then magma is 5 and dragon is 6, I think. So out of the top of my head. We're also building a tower, as you can see. Checker flag. around the border. Our border is grey, their border is green. And they're trying to push, as you can see. We got one of our big T5 players there. You see it with the angelic green wings. Good guy. Big player of ours. Does a lot for us. There I go. I'm engaging. But I'm retreating because there's just too many, and an infantry is just walking in, and I do not want to deal with infantries. So I'm going up now, going into those. I see Pinchy, our T5 player, and he just fucking demolished it. Wasn't me. Was all Pinchy. As you can see, we are building. And I'm just engaging. I want them gone, want them out of our territory. So mainly try to engage cavalry, archers. There's another archer unit there. Sometimes I do go into infantry if I see a lot of our guys on them. It takes a lot to get infantry down, so my damage usually helps out a lot. So I tend to do that. But picking my fights is necessary. I am not ranged. I go in and out, in and out. Mages just can stand and just bombard everything that they can see. It's a completely different playstyle. And always watching for the big players, T5 players. What I'm doing here is I target the PvE Darklings. Why? So I get the speed buff. So you saw me speed up, then I disengage that fight, so we can go to left or right. But I got that momentum going, and then I target the one that I want to attack. It's also a great way if you move bigger distances over here, and you want to do that fast. You go into nodes and you attack the Darklings, but disengage the Darkling when you get the speed momentum going. It's a great way of doing these things. It's, only cav units can do this because of the talents that we have. Yeah, you see me doing this a lot. And there we go, boom, going in. And gone. That's how you do it. Just go in, demolish. I want to do quick fights, quick fights. I don't really want them to be high in health. I tend to go in when they're lower, so I can just do burst damage on them with my talents. Get them out fast, so we can get into those builders, because we want those builders off that fort. This is a couple of hours into this fight already. We're still building. It's crazy. Killer likes to bait. Also a cav player, I believe. I saw him on the battlefield a lot with cavalry, and he's a pretty smart guy with cavalry. He's just not the strongest guy. But hey, you can't all be strong, right? So if you're not strong, you need to be smart. Mages. Yeah, I get a couple of hits. But you see the blue is the buffs. And you saw me sped up to the other node. This is why I do this. To get the defense up. They just summoned a Hydra. Oh, I forgot about that one. That's the third one. The Hydra. Or was it no, the fourth one. The fourth one is a Hydra. It's a poison behemoth, so it does a lot of poison. Those green streaks over the field that you see, those are poison. Poison is basically a duration damage debuff that you get on your units. You don't want that. We're going into fight. He's just fleeing. And I'm going into that one because that one is low on it. So I try to see if I can kill him fast. He's walking away. I'm getting engaged now. Of course, 7 people on me. Well, now everyone goes. Trying to flee away. The thing is, if you die, you tend to have to heal up more units than when you go back and you still have a little bit of units left. So I got away, just using the nodes. I can't really do anything anymore, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm trying to help out my teammates, because they are slow units, mage units. So I got my cavalry back, and now my mages are on the view. Like I said, I'm not a big mage guy. Order is the faction for mages. Wilderberg is a faction for melee oriented, so infantry, cavalry, and archery. But I'm trying and doing my best. Just engaging in what I can. Like I said, cavalry is much more mobile, you know, we can go all over the place. Now I'm just stationary, picking off targets like archers. Archers always need to go in, because the range is shorter, and therefore I can just do damage, and they keep walking up and up and up, and they already get damaged. So I was moving up now. Always be careful with doing that, because you can see it. Boom, there you go. I'm getting target. And it goes fast. If you're not fast enough with retreating with slower moving units like mages are, you're gonna have like 10 people on you, and like I said, then you're gonna die fast, because mages don't really have defense. It's one of the things why I don't like mages. They're so slow. But they do a ton of damage. Ideally what you want is a couple of infantry people in front of you, mages in the back. So the infantry push on to the units, and the mages in the back just bombard the other units, the enemies, and kill them. That's what you want to do, but our alliance doesn't really have that many infantry specialized people, so we tend to have a problem with that. LL has a lot of infantry players. That's where we struggle from time to time a little bit with them. So we are trying to push on their fort, trying to get some momentum going, as they keep building that thing. We want it away. We don't want it there. I believe later on in the video I do some cuts outside so you can see the map more, because this is all zoomed in, of course, because we want to see the fights. But you're losing out perspective of where the fight is within correlation of the map. I'm sorry for that, but if I would have done that, this video would be like 3 hours long. I already think 2 hours is a bit on the long side, but hey, we're talking about 72 hours at least of fighting, so that's a lot of hours. I need to keep my men. No, this is a mistake. I'm making a mistake right now. They're getting on me. I should have gone back, because I'm all alone in the field and there's a slew of people on me, like 8 people now, and I can't move, so I'm down. I made a mistake there. That's the thing, I'm not a mage guy. I tend to make these mistakes. So this is another jump cut. They are pushing us back from our fort, so we cannot build it. It's always building, but if you put units on it, specialized units that can build or destroy, it tends to reduce the amount of time is needed by a lot, like a lot. Yeah, they're pushing us a lot, and look at all those infantry and mages and archers. Basically what we now need to do is just bleed them out, and you see it, all the units are getting lower and lower and lower. We just need to bleed them out and then kill them off, and then we can maintain our composure again, get our units back in front, and then we can build again. But if they keep bombarding us with infantry and mages, it's very hard to do this. But it looks like we are pushing them back and back now a little bit. But yeah, those tanks, those infantry, they're a pain. Hard to get them down. It's all I talked about it like I don't know, 20 minutes ago. Saku is there. You can see him. He's a big infantry guy. His infantry is T5, so it takes a lot to get them down. Even if it was T4, it would take a lot to get them down. T5 even more. And with a lot, I mean you can just bombard him with like 20 people, 20 units, and it will take a couple of minutes to get him down. That's how strong he is. Ains is in it now also with infantry, I believe, or is it? No, it's archers. Ains is an archer guy. So yeah, also archers are big damage, just like cavalry, but then range, and they do a ton of damage. Hard to deal with. But we slowly are pushing them back. But they are trying still. Saku in the back. This is a section where the audio cut off. Sometimes this happens. Then I'm doing something in the background and I forgot I was recording in the game. So I'm just going to talk over this a little bit. So what you see is they push us, we push them, and it goes back and forth, back and forth. Especially when one of those T5 guys come in, it's so hard to just push them all the way out of the frame basically and get established on building again. We got a Big Face is our leader. He put a vitality boost on so we have more health and therefore we can be longer in the fight. And you got Pinchilla right now, Pinchy I call him, with his infantry now in front, and he's just soaking up all that damage. And you just look at his bar and see how long it takes for it to go down a little bit, because all those guys are on him. And just look at it. It's just standing there doing his work, and it's just not going down. That's just how crazy strong T5 players are. But it's fun to watch. But yeah, that's just one tank of us in front, and you see they just don't budge. They just don't go back, LL. Pushing us back, even with the tank. Oh, you got a notification. FT90 is an ally of us. They just destroyed an LL Alliance tower. This is in zone 3, because FT90 is still trying to get their feet into the zone, but there's a little thing with the gate 5. You need a rock, a thunder rock, that's the Behemoth we talked about. You need that to be able to fight the gate, otherwise you cannot get possession of the gate and get into the zone. And currently LL has that thunder rock, so FT90 is pushing themselves to the point that they can attack that rock, take it, and then attack the gate to get into the zone. I believe at this stage they're also still building up to the gate, so they're building to the rock and to the gate. We got a little audio back. Just a little side note of information for you guys watching this. This is just not the only fight going on. We got like 4 or 5 fights all over the map going on. Because at this moment, JPLS is fighting the GRZ, PNG is also fighting, Rose and LL are fighting us, Grey is also fighting. Grey are, of course, the darker blue, purple names. They're with us. We are the Dragon Squad. Now finally we're pushing them out. I'm coming out with my range archers, flying archers I mean. Pachilla's tanks still on the field. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable how much those tanks take to get them down. And he's always pushing with at least 3 to 4, sometimes even 5 of his marches, of his units, to get a foothold for us, for the Alliance. He's doing a lot for us. And that's Saku. Saku's tank T5. Look at that. All those guys on him. Just one guy. One guy standing there and all these guys are on him. Look at all these damage numbers. Dude's still fighting. If that was a mage, it would have been gone already. Archers gone, cavalry gone. T4 infantry gone. So we've pushed now to R4. We're building right now. And now we are pushing on them to get their builders off. I'm going over there with my special units just to see if I can make some pot shots. And you're seeing just now a cavalry was going in. He didn't target me, but I am re-establishing myself and fighting. But see how fast that went. It's like 12 people on me. Just because I got into the range of the mages. They just started me like an instant boom. And I got like 12 people on me. So I'm fleeing because I'm dying there. So yeah, little mistake on my part. I wanted to help out, so I rearranged my units. But by doing that, I got into their range, and they just straight up murdered me. I got my cavalry out right now, going of course into the nodes like I always do, and I'm trying to go into Killer, because Killer is almost dead and I just want to kill him. Oh no, he's not almost dead, I thought he was almost dead. Just a little exchange there, but he's just fleeing, he knows he can't flee. But he's doing the same as I'm doing. I'm just trying to get people on me, off our units, so we can push on the builders, get the builders off, and we can finally destroy that fort. And it's a back and forth for hours. We are doing this for hours. You're just seeing, I don't know, half an hour, maybe an hour of this, but this goes on for hours. Yeah, I'm just chilling right now because I can't really engage. If I do, I will get a couple of people on me and I don't see targets that I can really do anything with. You can see I'm still focusing a little bit on Killer because he's also cavalry and I do not want him to engage on one of our lower units and killing it instantly. I want our units, our mages and archers to be in the fight as long as possible. So I'm just trying to do that. Fog of War. Fog of War is a skill I'm not too familiar with. I believe it creates a fog on the field so you cannot target the enemies, but I'm not 100% sure on that. See, I'm trying my hardest to engage, but they keep just going like 3, 4, 7, 8. Instantly they pop on me. But we are doing work. We are getting those builders off right now. So we are pushing right. This is good. Nice to see. So they're finally off it. And we can... yeah, see, that's the fog. I'm engaging there. But that unit, I don't know what was going on there, but he was so strong. And of course I was already pretty damaged. But still. Normally I take out these flying units pretty fast, but yeah. This one was hard to get, hard to kill. Well, I got it killed. I'm pretty low on units right now, but I'm still engaging, because why not? He's trying to kill us, I'm trying to kill him. Woohoo! There we go. Nice. The team effort, man. Team effort. That's how you do it. Team effort. Going into the building now, because we want to demolish it. So what I do is I click on the building, so I start demolishing the building. I was a little confused there, like, hey, why don't I get the green icon? So you see now the green icon. Normally when you just target the building, you start destroying it and you get that icon. I didn't see it, so I was like, hey, do I need to click it? So that's what I did. Starting to push up on us, as you can see. So this is probably not going to be a long destroy session, basically, but yeah, there we go. I'm already getting tired. 2 on me, 3 on me. Nah, I'm gonna die here. I knew it, but hey, every minute is a minute. That's how I think about these things. So every percentage we can just kill off this tower of a fort takes us steps further into destroying. So therefore you just need to do it. Okay, little cut here. I'm now on the field with my cavalry and archers. Engaging with my cavalry right now. My archers are just standing around somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Shokopi. He was a former teammate of mine. He's a strong archer. As you can see, because he just blasted me. He's a easy guy. LL is mostly Vietnamese players, by the way. And later on in the fight, that gives us a little edge. He just demolished me. You see that? Sure, it wasn't him alone, but still. He's a pretty strong guy. The Vietnamese players have a different time zone than us. We have a lot of European players and basically all over the world, America, you name it, we have it. Japanese. I even believe we also got a couple of Vietnamese players. So we are around the clock online. But we noticed that LL has a dip, a big dip of player count at certain hours. And this might give us a benefit later on in the fights. They also have that, of course, because we also have a couple of hours where we are very low on numbers, and if you push on those hours, you can establish yourself and get some fighting going. Okay, we got a little zoom out there, and you see we are building. I'm giving you a view now. This is what it is, how it's looking. So we built all the way up, and we need to go further up. But you see we are still making our way with towers up the mountain, basically, to the dragon. So yeah, you got a little view there. Just looking around, seeing what's what, how it's going. We're building a fort right now, a tower right now. I tend to click it. Why do I do that? I want to see how many hours. What's the time on them? And if it's still possible to destroy it. I mean, if it's like 10 minutes, well, we can't really do anything anymore then. So you see, they're there, blue, red one, we have the blue one. All the way up, there was the lower, was the bridge that we fought on earlier in the video. And we need to go to that ramp on the right and on the left. Grey is on the ramp already, as you can see. That's Grey. And we are trying to go to the other ramp. And above that is the dragon. So we are trying to get there. And of course LL is trying that also. And Rose is all the way to the right. There's also a gate there, you don't see it, but it's all the way to the right, and Rose is trying to build from that position up. And all the way on the left is JPLS and GRZ fighting. So here I am zoomed out a little bit more, so you get a little bit more of an overview. As you can see, we are destroying right now one of their towers. They're trying to engage us to get us off that. And we are building a tower. No, reinforcing a tower. Because it was already built, I see. Again, the checker pattern gives you an idea of what's going on. You can see the green checker pattern. And that means that it's building, and we are of course destroying it. And if it's a smooth edge on the line, it's built. But if you still see something building, it's because you can make this into a second stage on a tower. Then it becomes a siege tower, and a siege tower can shoot. It can shoot cities if it's in range. So this is a jump of about, I believe, 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. So yeah. Long battles. I'm in the field with my mages. And as you can see, I'm down below 20 million right now. So I lost a lot. A lot is in my hospital right now. So my cavalry is probably right at this point out of commission. I have too much in the hospital to really effectively use them. So that's why I switched to mages. Because sometimes you just want to engage and engage and engage and not be able to go into your city and heal up. But you need to push, push, push. So you need to just pump out your units and fight with them. And later on, when it gets a little bit more settled, then you heal up. Because at this point you see they are not with a lot on LL. And we are with a lot on the field, so we just need to push. We need to push right now. We need to build a push and get the foothold that we want. That's how these fights work. You see a dip, you just attack. Sometimes you see icons like a yellow sun or a raindrop. We do this because Yates, for instance, has the drop on him. We want to mark those people because those are strong fighters and we want to engage them fast. We want to kill them fast, so therefore we put icons on them. The blue shield icon, we put them on our best infantry. So we know, oh, that's a tank of us. We're running around. Go on his back, so in the rear. So when he engages, we can shoot with the archers and mages. Not everybody understands these tactics, I believe, because not everybody is doing it correctly, but that's mainly the thought of why we do this. The sun is put on the mage, because that's a strong mage unit, and therefore we put it on there so people know, oh, that's where the mages go. So we can help each other out better and faster by just coordinating on the field in real time. Ains goals is out again. D5 player, archer player. Remember that. He always goes out with his archers. Again, he's now also out with his archers. Strong player. But I believe at this moment he's the only T5 player on the field right now of LL. One of our guys just popped in. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Fun fact. You can block cities if you put your units in the path that the city cannot teleport on that field. You basically block them. You can do this. It's a thing in these games that you can do, and sometimes it's beneficial to do that if you don't want people to teleport in with their cities. You can block them by just going with your units all over the field. It's hard to do. But the footprint, I believe, is pretty big of a city. It's not just what you see. It's like a centimeter ring around the city. So it's a big field that the city takes that you don't see. LL keeps trying to push, but we're not really getting a handle on it right now, even with Ains on the field with his archers. But that's the thing, we have of course our own big players. Ghost Rider is a cavalry player, T5 cavalry player of us. And he is a very strong cavalry player. He also has mages, he's an order player, so he also favors mages. But if he's on the field, he demolishes people fast. And we need players like that right now because of Ains. And Ains is, again, he's an archer player, so we have a favor on it with cavalry. Yates is in there with his infantry. And you see, he's a T4 player. You see that his infantry is going down pretty fast. That's the difference between T5, T4. Even his talents are great, his heroes are great, but his units are just weaker. But again, he's in there pretty long. But again, he dies. Chiller is there with his tanks, T5 player. And like I said before, he always has a couple of units. Most of the time he's with 3, like now mages, archers, infantry. But I have seen him play with all 5. And he just loves to push like that. He is making a little mistake here, I believe. This archers and mages is getting too much damage. His tank should be in front of it. If he sees he gets engaged like that, he should just put that infantry on it and just damage those guys down instead of going to the side. Right, this is a big jump. A couple of hours into the fight. This is the new day, second day. What happens? We got up to the mountain. We are now at the dragon right now. And as you can see, that's the rail, and we gone up. And we pushed them down. They destroyed our fort, we destroyed their fort, but we got a foothold there. And we are engaged pretty good. This is another jump. We're finally gonna see something of our allies. FT9. FT9 is fighting now for getting what I've talked about, the Thunder Rock. Those guys need the Thunder Rock. You see that FT90 level 25 with a goofy face, that's their big player. I mean big player. He's the biggest on the season. They're pushing now LL, and because they are pushing LL, LL cannot fight us. So we can push on LL in our zone 5 territory. And they just have to pick and choose, and they choose this battle. Why? Because of Thunder Rock. They do not want FT90 in zone 5, pushing them in the rear, and us, they cannot deal with us both. So they need to do this fight, and it gives us time to just burn them away. So that's what we're doing. We're burning away the fort, their towers, and just establishing ourselves in zone 5 on the dragon. And we're just hoping that FT90 wins this fight. The thing with FT90 is it's an awesome alliance, but they have a bit of a problem with people being online. And yeah, you need a lot of players to do these kind of battles, and if you only have like 20 online, yeah, that's not enough. We have like 60, 80 people online, so we can do a lot, we can push a lot. LL same, they have a lot of people online, so they can push a lot. This is the fight, the Hydra fight. Sorry, I got completely mistaken. They need a Hydra instead of a Thunder. They need a Hydra. Unfortunately, because I am Purple Dragons, I didn't record they actually getting the Hydra, but I know they get it. So they are just pushing on it. Hydra is a strong behemoth, but they are just engaging it and fighting it. I like the tenacity of FT90. I really need to give them some props on it. Sorry, but I really need to. They're a little unlucky in the start of the season. They got straight from the get-go in territory with LL. But they had a little rest, but not a lot. And straight from up zone 2 and 3, they had to engage them and fight them. And LL is just a very big Vietnamese driven economy player alliance, and that means that they are online a lot and have a lot of players. So they were struggling basically from up zone 2 FT90, and they still fighting them. They're still trying their hardest to help us out, help all our allies out, JPLS, Grey, PD, and they're doing a phenomenal job, because this really gave us the time to basically push LL on the zone and establish our alliance on the dragons. So yeah, I really want to thank those guys. So their tank is just keeps engaging with the Hydra. So why does he do that? Because if he doesn't do that, the Hydra resets and all the health will go back and they have to do the fight over. Meanwhile, while he's just basically running around engaging the Hydra and engaging LL's people, FT90 is pushing on LL to break their line and so they can flood in and kill the Hydra. So what their tank doing right now is vital. It's very, very important that he does this. I know it looks strange, he's not engaging the Hydra, but he's just maintaining the Hydra. He can't win the fight alone, but he needs to do this to give his team a fighting chance. I know this fight is a little long, but I was really hoping to get footage of them getting a hold on that Hydra and winning it, but can only do so much. But I did enjoy the fight. It was an awesome fight to see. Grey just destroyed Rose Alliance Tower. Grey Dragons is from us. They are with us together at the Dragons. Rose was coming from the right side up and Grey attacked them because what Rose did, they put a fort on the Dragon and we need to remove that. And what we are doing now is pushing on them. No, you can't see it because we are looking at the Hydra fight. But we are helping Grey demolish those towers and eventually the fort, so they can establish around the dragon lair, and basically us and them are the only ones on the dragon. That's the goal right now. And of course we as PD Purple Dragons are constantly pushing on LL and just getting all those towers away so they don't have a foothold basically in zone 5. We want them out of the zone. That's how you win, you know? That's how you win. Nothing personal. It's unbelievable that FT90 tank is still going. As I've explained a little bit, Hydra does poison damage, so it ticks damage on him. If you can do that, you see those green farts. I call it farts because the green smoke, and you see that what he just fired. If you get that on you, you're gonna get some ticking damage. You see it a little bit. But yeah, his team is just not getting into the fight. Just a couple of guys, but not a lot. So LL is really doing a good job of maintaining the fight. All they want is to kill that tank so that the Behemoth resets. That's basically what LL wants. And they just want to drain the units of FT90, that they become to a point that they cannot heal anymore, cannot fight anymore. And that's how they hope to win this exchange. And when they get to that point, they're gonna try to destroy their towers so they don't have to live with this Behemoth. Because that's what you're gonna do. You need to build towers and connect to the layer of a Behemoth before you can even engage it. So at this point LL and FT90 are connected to this layer. That's why they can fight like this. So the tank is almost down of FT90. Let's see if they can still do it or if the tank is gonna fail, and then we're gonna see what the Hydra does. tank failed. There's a mage still in there, but the mage cannot tank this. It's just not possible. And you can see it's going down pretty fast. Probably when this mage is dead, the Hydra will reset. We'll go to the middle, and it will reset. And there you go, it reset. So now it's completely healed up again, and you basically need to start the fight again. So that's very unfortunate that they could not break LL this exchange. Again, I do know they did it on a later stage. They did manage to do it, and they did win the fight, but I have no footage of that. I only have this footage, and I thought it was... well, I wanted to give the props to FT90 because it was an awesome fight, and they just get that a little bit of recognition within the season, because we don't really see FT90 a lot in the season because they had a lot of problems getting into the zone. But again, they're trying now, trying to re-engage the fight. You need tanks, guys. You need tanks, otherwise you're not gonna do it. Making a little jump. This is outside of the beam. So the fight that we just saw was going on there. This is going on here, simultaneously, of course. So yeah, you can see how LL is pushing on them, and here they have it. I did manage to get this a little bit, so they did get the Behemoth, and this is just a big win for them, because now they can finally establish themselves to the gate. They still have a lot of fighting to do, don't get me wrong. It's not like an easy win now, because that's this jump. What LL is trying to do is cut them off. They're trying to demolish their tower, so therefore everything else that goes up, and it's about, I don't know, 5-6 towers going up to the gate 5, will disconnect. They cannot get the gate, so they need to win this exchange. At this point they cannot destroy the tower yet. They're building the tower because they are not connected right now. And FT9 is fighting LL hard to get this established, so that this tower doesn't get hurt. Again, I just want to give FT9 the props for the fighting. I could have just focused, of course, on grey and purple, but I think this is too important to not do. I just want to give them more views. They put in a frost giant right now, because LL is a little bit struggling against them. It's not weird, of course. They're fighting us, they're fighting grey, they're fighting now FT90. All very important battles. But think about it. You only have an X amount of units, and you also have only an X amount of heals. And after that you can only deal with resources. But resources also gets depleted. And when that all is gone, your fighting units will get less and less and less, because everything will stay in your hospitals. So there is a point that you cannot fight anymore. Also there is something called stamina. Your heroes have stamina, 100 stamina, and every time you bring in a hero into the battlefield, it loses a little bit of that stamina. It also gains it, but it loses also a little bit. So when that depletes, you cannot use that hero. So we did a little jump cut now. GRZ is now inside the zone. They're in zone 5. They kicked out the APLS from the gate, and they established them in the left side of the zone. And what they're doing now is they're gonna push on the APLS, and we're gonna see this little exchange going. I thought it was a pretty interesting fight, and of course I need to engage, of course, also, because the APLS is our guys. They're our allies, and I want to help out. So we made a little point there, and like you saw, the green is GRSS and the purple blue is the APLS, and they established now pretty much one tower away from JPLS. We're just gonna see what they're gonna do. At this point we were like, okay, are they going to JPLS or are they going to Grey? Because Grey is next to them. It's like a triangle. And this is the middle part. So we are establishing our forces. And we're just waiting. But they are going to JPLS. That's the border of JPLS. And they're going in. So I'm just waiting right now with my cavalry for them all to go in and engage JPLS, and then I'm going into the back of them and try to get some kills going for them to help out, because JPLS has been fighting for this is day 3, so they are already fighting for at least 48 hours to get a foothold in the zone. So here I go, boom. He didn't even see me coming. Cav against Cav, let's see what's up. And you saw just massive damage on him. Yeah, that's a no-show. Later, let's go. Another one just standing there. Because they're fighting below. Like I said, I've come from the back now. They all inside. It's an infantry, so I don't really like that fight. Because it will drain a lot of my units also. I see a mage engaging, so I'm like, okay, I can help out now. I can get that tank on me and mage can just kill that tank. So we're going in 2-on-1. Tank engaged me a little bit, but he saw, okay, I can't really match this fight because of the mage. So he turned around and engaged the mage. I think that's a mistake, he should have just left. Go down, not engage us anyway. Just walk down and drag us with him. Because I wouldn't be able to hit him because he's walking. And the mage sure can hit, but periodically, not all the time. He's just now basically losing, can't do anything about it. So that was pretty stupid of him. I'm going into the node of course because I want my defense. This tank is just, he's on autopilot, so he didn't even notice me. So yeah, okay, fine. I'll engage a little bit. But see what I've just talked about? Can't really hit him because he's walking. If the other one did this, he would have survived and would have been in the fight down below. So keep those things in mind, guys. Fighting is not always like brute force, be a berserker and just go ham in it. No, be smart. Think about what you're doing. I'm going down a little bit, see if I can block. Yeah, like that cavalry. That cavalry is almost dead. Yeah, that's a good target for me. So I'm already engaging. You see, I'm going into the node. Now I'm picking it out. It's a couple. It's 3 guys there. So, but they're engaging, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let's do it. 3-on-1. Let's see what happens. I'm doing this because it's an archer, mage, and cavalry, and the cavalry is almost dead. The archer is gonna die real fast, so only concern is the mage. That's a JPLS guy. I'm not gonna attack that one because he's with us. 3-on-1. One JPLS is now 2-on-3. That was another cav that came in, so 4. We already killed 2. And we're now on the mage. But it's now mage, so that cancels out. And my cav is just, and we just destroyed them all. Now it's a cav on cav. He wants to engage me, but 2 JPLS comes to my aid. I might lose this exchange because I see a couple of GRs that's also coming in, and I'm very low on units. But hey, if you're in a position like this, you're engaged, you can't disengage anymore. Whatever, just fight. But I took down, I don't know, 5-6 guys, so that's good. Helps out. They did another little push. I thought it was done, but nope. Josette really wanted to hurt them, so they came back with a little more, and I'm just looking now on what's JPLS response to this. And it's not bad. they're holding their own. Their mages is killing tanks in front, just like you should do these things, you know? Tanks in front, mages on the back. It's awesome. You just keep them there, they can't push. Because of the tanks, you can't push through units. So you're just hammering them down with your mages, and the mages just, because of the range, archers cannot hit them. So it's only a mage-mage exchange, and that cancels out, so you don't have a bonus on it. Here we are, FT90. We are destroying an LL flag right now, or a tower I mean, on the behemoth that they took. See, they got the Hydra. They want to disengage them, so that when they go with the gate, so they didn't do the gate fight yet, because they need this one gone. This is an GRZ against us. They wanted to have a little fight with us. I don't know why, but good luck to them. Let's see what happens. I mean, to me it looks like we are just destroying them. It's like 5 on 1. One of us was dead in like 5, 6. Look at how many died. Death. And there's another one of us dead. It's like 2 on 10, so 5 on 1 exchange. And we're just pushing them back. This is not even a full force of us. This is just a couple of guys who were like, oh okay, yeah, sure, let's fight. I don't even believe our big guys is in there. Let me see, can I make it out? Yeah, I don't really see it. Fugan is a pretty big guy, but he's not a T5 player. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, one. Pinchy is in front of it. Well, they're gonna have a hard time with his tank. That's probably why they died. So yeah, we're just pushing them back. Like, yeah, whatever. GRZ is from server 387. We are from 389. FT90 is called 90 because they're from server 390. And LL is from 391. Just some background information for you guys. If you're like, yeah, whatever, I don't know how this all works. It's just a bunch of servers that get into this area. We call it Season 2. You can also call it a KVK, Kingdom vs Kingdom, or SVS, server server. It's something like that, and we just beforehand had some connections with these other servers, mainly YPLS and FT90, and we were like, yeah, let's work together and see if we can win this exchange. Again, good guys, bunch of fun. GRZ also, no ill intent to you guys, man. Great fights. We've been fighting with them a lot, because we were not really close to them, but we came into the same zone in Zone 3. So we had some exchanges with them in Zone 3 and it was pretty fun. We pushed them out. Sorry for that, but it is what it is. We want to win. So I got 3 units right now out. 2 archers and 1 cavalry, and they're fleeing, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. You can flee all you want, I'm still gonna pop some off. So I'm just cleaning up basically, and everyone that wants to join me can do that. I got some slow on it, I believe, so I can slow them a little bit. But mages are slow, so yeah, they can't really get away from cavalry. So we're just killing them. Pinchy can walk on in front, of course. I'm seeing a couple of there. I'm seeing a tank and some mages, flying mages, I believe. Or no, normal mages. I'm thinking of using the darkness to speed up. Talked about that. This is a big exchange, not good for me. Tanks, I hate that, so I'm going out. Need to re-establish because they're all focusing on me. I don't need that. let the other guys do that with the tanks and the mages. I'm just out. I'm out. I want to see if I can establish myself on something else, because I'm still seeing a couple walking there. But they're also regrouping. This is on the edge of their border, so they're basically in their zone now. This is way up on the right. Yeah, this isn't engaging. I mean, it's a bit stupid that you don't do this, 'cause all you do is get yourself killed. You can't win off 3 healthy units against 1. I'm not T5, so I can't do that. So I'm trying to get myself out using Dark buff, speed buff, like I just did. It's a fun trick to use. And most of the time I'm using a artifact. It's like a trinket that you can put on your hero. It gives me a lot of speed. That's why I'm so speedy all the time, and just again I'm using the darkling to get back. See how that works? Now I'm using a node, and the moment I go in the node I just pop myself out again, get the buff, get a little speed going. Because I want to refresh. I want to go inside my city, refresh my units, because I have less than 80, so yeah, I can't really do anything with that. Using the darklings again or not? Sometimes I don't want to do that because of where I need to go, and you don't want to go too far away from the point that you're trying to go. Normally I cut this stuff out, but I was like, well, this was a pretty good way of showing you guys how to use the terrain when you're a cavalry. Now I'm going all the way there. Another exchange. We're trying to... Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. On the left side is the dragon. This is the fort. We've demolished a couple of the towers to get to this point, and we're just now trying to destroy this alliance fort, because Rose is together with LL, like I explained. We don't want that, we want them out. So I'm helping Grey out. All the other guys from Purple are fighting LL and Rose on different stages of the game right now. Lower, but I thought this was a fun exchange to help them out. Because yeah, you're destroying them. And there we go. I'm helping out a lot with building. That's why I have 4 of my units out right now. A couple of them are building. One is helping out on defense, I believe, and now I'm just trying to push out GRZ, but they're a decent side. What happened with this, they teleported in. You got an artifact that you can use all over the map, and it gives a little range around your own unit, and people that are in that range teleport with you. So they teleported in with a pretty big number of people, and I cannot engage them alone. So basically I need to wait a little bit. But I really want to push them off. Here you see it. Pop! There they go. See? And you got some units. That's that artifact. That's what it does. It's a very powerful artifact for things like this. If you want to go far away over the map with some units and do some well, basically guerrilla warfare. That's how it goes. I saw myself getting engaged, and I saw a lot of people. So I was a little worried of more people engaging me, but that didn't happen. That's why I was already going outside again, because I do not want to deal with like 10 people or 10 units, 'cause that's just too much for cavalry. One on one, I can win a lot of exchanges, unless it's T5. See, 3 people on me. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just be on me, just don't engage me. So I'm just baiting around a little bit, getting them off the Alliance fortress. They cannot destroy, they're just helping our rows, because GRZ is with LL. Yeah, it's just waiting until some other people come. So little jump. We're still building. At least Grey are. We are building towards GRZ at this point. Third day, so yeah, a lot of the big fights about Dragon are done. We're basically now, let's call it cleaning up. Establishing us, YPLS. We tried our hardest to get FT90 also established. Unfortunately, that didn't really pan out. But that happens. I mean, we're just one alliance. You can't fight everything. At this point, we're just waiting. Oh, that's funny. You see 0830. Oh, 30 is, I need to say. That's another alliance of us. You don't see them a lot. They mainly farm. They're not big on fighting. But it's... I think it's funny to see them now over here. Here they come. GRZ. This is what I was waiting for. Because I told to the alliance that they were coming to destroy the builders. So let's see what happens. I think Godmode is one of our other T5 players. Pretty big player. We just now used one of those artifacts to go there and engage yourself into this fight. I wasn't able to do this, so I'm not there. I'm on a different side of the zone. So I myself am not fighting, but I am of course recording this. Let's see what happens. So they kicked off the builders. Because GRZ is pretty far away from this point, all we have to do is just kill these units and we can restart the building process again. So it's not really that hard of a fight, basically. And with God mode there, it's it's easy basically. Oh, I was doing something else probably. That's why the audio cut off again. But this, again, I'm still gonna show it to you because it's a pretty fun interaction, seeing how this works. I remember this fight was going a bit faster than it's going right now, because it seems that they're losing even. But I know they established the fight, so. Let's see if I recorded that or not. RKH, pretty big player from GRZ. Big pain. Usually fights with a lot of his troops. Like not one, but most of the time he comes with like 3 or 4. We're seeing Daddy coming in with a couple of his tanks, his mages and his archers. He's the big player of Grey. I believe he's not T5 yet, but he's a big player. And now you see Godmo coming in, T5 player. You see Airy. It's a big archer player, not T5, but big archer player. Really strong. And now it's basically just mopping them. Ah, I'm back. Realized I did something wrong. But this is the strength of just a couple big player guys like Daddy, like Godmo, like Airy. Airy's archers are just phenomenal. For T4 she's really strong. I'm seeing my big war buddy Casa coming in with his archers. Haven't seen him much in the wars. Most of the time he was working, I believe, or on different fields where I was, so haven't recorded much of him. Been playing with him from basically almost day one, when we weren't even Purple Dragon. Always fun to play with him. So we now established it. You see the builders are back again. They're trying a rally tactic, so what they do is bring in a rally with a lot of troops, trying to push through it, release all the troops and then engage with it. The thing with rallies is you can stop them with just placing your units in the path, and the rally is gonna try and whittle its way around the units, but if you get that net basically going, you can just stop it. Don't engage it. Here they engaged it because they just want to be done with it. Probably a couple of T5 players are in there. Seen Godmo, that's at least one. Don't see others, but I see our fearless leader, big face there, thinking and tanking it. I see War Panda, but he's just chilling with it. We'll jump again. We're destroying Rose's fort still. I was talking about it. Geoset was there, you know. I was alone, couldn't really do anything. There's a couple of jumps in this process of trying to destroy that fort. And now one of the big guys came in and Great put a rally on it. Because Ains was like, hell, whatever, just attack me. This is not just healing, this is death. This is killing your units. I'm not a big fan of it, but it works. For wars you sometimes need to do this, kill all units. I tend to just move the units so you can heal them all. But it's fun to see. We haven't seen it much in the season. City's getting hit. Why can we hit the city? Well, he's in Rose territory. He's still in the LL alliance. Therefore, you can attack him. Because he's not on his own area, on his own ground, basically. If he's in LL territory, we cannot do this unless we demolish the tower. And he's still there, then we can do it, then we can rally it. Or if he is, like now, in a different alliance zone. You see even laughing about this. Big spender. That's why he doesn't really care about this. And he went away. So we continue fighting these guys. Sometimes they pop out of their cities trying to get the destroyers off. That's what I do, I just engage all the time to basically have the destroyers destroy the building and not getting killed. For me, this was a fun fight. that he immediately wanted to engage me because, well, basically I'm a little pain in the ass right now for them. I've killed a lot already. And I just circled around the fortress, so he disengaged and he tried to kill the destroyers. He managed to do a pretty good job on that, but I'm still going to manage to get a couple of kills before I get killed. Because that's the thing, sometimes you just get to these points and then you just lose. It's normal. But look at that, I just got a couple of kills in. I'm still on the field here and I got 78 I believe. So a little less than 80k left. It's not a lot. You can do maybe one push if somebody is low, but not a lot. That's why I'm going out and see how this turns out. You can see it, all those units of Territorials that are at rows, I believe, yeah, rows are fresh. But I don't want to get that tank killed, so I do engage. Even though I know I cannot win. It's not always smart to do, but sometimes I just do it because, yeah, why not? Okay, maybe another little jump. I'm still trying to establish rows. I believe this is on not the dragon side, but on the left side, a little lower on the gate, so it's not really a problem for us, but we do not want them to build up anymore, so we're trying to get something going here, get those builders off and destroy it. At this point we are in the basically final stages. This means that a lot of the big fighting is done. I haven't been able to record all the good parts because, well, I was sleeping then. And like I said, our alliance is 24/7 and I also have work and other things, so I can't be online all the time. But when I was online, I tried to engage in all the big battles, tried to get footage for everything, and it turned out to be about 2 hours that I had accomplished, basically, so that's good. You saw some death kills there. I'll leave that in. Also what happened, LL went to Rose, so all their players, or at least most of their players, went to them and helped them build, because they lost the foothold in Zone 5. So, we pushed them too hard basically, so they went to Rose because Rose was still pretty well established in the zone, and they were trying to push us through that alliance. So therefore you see us engaging Rose a lot instead of LL right now, because they switched to the other alliance. as I explained earlier, I'm basically just waiting for a good chance to hit one of those guys. But they're so compact that it's not really working out for my cavalry to go in and do something. Because if I do, I'm too far away and I will get hit by, I don't know, basically 8 players there, and I don't want that. There's no point of me doing that. We're still pushing them away, so why lose more troops? We're trying to destroy their tower and they can't really get to us. This is back on the Alliance Fortress of Rose. That's still at the Dragon Point. And put a second one down. So what Grey is doing now is building a tower and destroying the other fort. And they're building a tower because they need a connection to the other fortress. And that one is just out of reach of the tower that they already built. And therefore we cannot engage and destroy it. So I am just there to help out because a lot of the Rose players spawn in there. They teleported over. So we're back at the Rose position. As you can see, they are destroying the main fortress. The second fortress we cannot still do because we need to build a tower. Grey is doing that right now. When it's connected, we will destroy the second fort that Rose placed. So let's see how this goes. I'm just standing there helping out because a lot of the players in Rose teleported in. Yeah, you can see we are building that tower, sorry. That's the other one that we need to destroy when the tower is done. We managed to do that. We did get it destroyed, so that was nice. And here you can see that we're engaging a couple of Behemoths. So this is basically the end of the video. We did get to manage to destroy these 2 forts and get Rose all the way out of the Dragon Zone, and that's basically where the fighting stopped. But they're still trying it on day 4 and 5, but they didn't really manage to get anywhere. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you for watching.